My family, the royal family, have long maintained that they can't control the press. In fact, King Charles even told his very own son, Harry, "My darling boy, we can't just tell the press what to do." When Harry was telling them what he and Meghan were going through, about the royal family's complicity in the attacks towards Harry and Meghan, Charles told Harry, "My darling boy, we can't just tell the press what to do. I am here to tell you this. The royal family have the power to tell the press exactly what to do. And guess what? The press, the media, they bend the knee to the royal family. They bend the knee and listen to what they are told. The royal family have the power to control the narrative. They have that power. And there also exists an invisible contract between the palace and the press, just as Harry said. For now, I want to take you back to the Oprah interview with Harry and Meghan on what Prince Harry said. My family, before I tell you exactly what I just found out, my family, please kindly hear what Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, said in the Oprah interview with Harry and Meghan.
I also am acutely aware of where my family stand and how scared they are of the tabloids turning on them.
Turning on them for what? They're the royal family.
Yes, but it's there is this invisible, what's termed or referred to as the invisible contract behind closed doors between the institution and the tabloids, UK tabloids.
How so?
Well, it is to simplify. It's a case of if you as a family member are willing to wine, dine, and give full access to these reporters, then you will get better press.
What do you care about better press if you're royal?
I think everyone needs to have some compassion for them in that situation, right? There is a level of control by fear that has existed for generations. I mean, generation
who's
after
controlling?
generation.
My family, there has been a level of control by fear. That's what Harry has said. That's what Harry told us. But my family, it is far, far more than just what Harry said. My family, Prince Harry himself knew. He knew if Charles and William were united and told the press, you know what, stop the bullying of Meghan Markle, they would listen. They would stop the attacks towards Harry and Meghan. But my family, how could they tell the press to stop the attacks and the bullying of Meghan Markle if they were the ones endorsing the attacks and the bullying of Meghan Markle? My family, here is what has happened. I will also share what Harry said in his memoir, Spare. My family, please kindly hear what the former head of Sky News said about how the royal family are able to control the media, and the media bends the knee to Charles and to William. Let nobody after this ever tell you or me or anyone else that somehow the royal family can't just tell the media what to do, like what Charles told Harry. My family, here is what happened. The former head of Sky News said this: royal spin doctors imposed extraordinary restrictions on covering King Charles III's accession to the throne. And British TV allowed the monarchy to censor coverage of King's coronation. My family, why would they do that? Why would they basically allow the monarchy to censor, my family, the coverage of King Charles' coronation? My family, it's about the fear. The fear of the royal experts of losing access to members of the royal family. We have seen how Prince Harry and Meghan refuse to wine and dine with UK tabloids. Katie Nicholl, a carnival of so-called experts, said Harry, while in Düsseldorf, refused to speak with British tabloids. He only spoke to those who report on behalf of BBC, which is taxpayer funded. That's who Harry would speak to. But UK media, tabloids, Harry said no, he ain't speaking with them. And my family, just as they have been cut off by Harry and Meghan because of their own doing, of the abuse of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry himself, and all the attacks that have lasted 7 years, clearly Harry and Meghan are right not to speak with UK media. For my family, it's why they're so bitter even. Like, they're like, how dare Harry and Meghan refuse to speak with us? How dare they? Similarly, they're afraid of being cut off by Charles and William because my family, covering the royal family, is a very, very lucrative business for the UK tabloid press. A very, very lucrative business for the UK media. They feel like they own the royal family themselves. Like their own, like the royal family are their own personal property. They're theirs. You know, even no wonder they refuse to let Harry go. No wonder they are willing to pay money to that right-wing think tank, Heritage Foundation of my family, Heritage Foundation of my family, to try and get Harry deported from the US and back to the UK. That's how desperate they are to have Harry back inside the gilded cage, to profit off of him. My family, that's why they're happy when they hear from William, you know what? I won't be having any interviews with American TV networks. I'll only be speaking to British tabloids only. They're happy to hear that because my family, they believe only they should profit off of the royal family or Britain's royal family. That's how they think. That's what the family believe. My family. That's what the family believe. So the tabloids are afraid of losing access. The royal family, on the other hand, as Harry has said, are afraid of the tabloids turning on them. So my family, there has to be a quid pro quo between them. Understanding. And there comes the invisible contract. My family, heirs must be protected. The heir to the throne must be protected. And that's why even when UK media are upset that William spends so much time on vacation with my family, even when they're writing articles about William's so many vacations, my family, they do that at the same time trying to prop up Prince William. You know, that's what they normally do. Write something positive while also saying, you know what, we are so concerned about, William, basically going on so many vacations. It's raising eyebrows. But you know what? William is doing something good. That's how they normally are like when they're doing PR for William. And my family, they do that because they're afraid of losing that access. Access to senior members of the royal family. That's what at least royal correspondents, the royal rota, are so fearful of losing that access. And because of that fear, they are willing to relinquish, my family, their control. They are willing to censor coverage of King Charles' coronation on the orders of the monarchy to please them. And my family, this fully confirms what Harry has always been saying. My family, indeed, there exists an invincible contract. And my family, the royal family, are the ones fully behind the public attacks and bullying of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. My family, please kindly hear this news. British TV channels agreed to let Buckingham Palace censor TV coverage of King Charles' coronation. Once again, let me repeat that. British TV channels agreed to let Buckingham Palace censor the TV coverage of King Charles' coronation, according to the former boss of Sky News. My family, Harry was right. Harry was very right. You know, my family, you need to have this information. You need to know this. That way, when you hear a lie from the media, you know what? You know, Harry and Meghan were trying to control the media, were trying to censor the media. No, Harry and Meghan rejected the abuse from the UK tabloid press. That is what they said no to. And they said, in any democracy, everyone deserves to have a free press. What Harry and Meghan refused to allow is them lying about them for clicks. Lying about Harry and Meghan to get some clicks, ad revenue. That's what Harry and Meghan have said no to. You know? And because of that, UK media came up with so many lies. You know what? Harry and Meghan want to silence the media. They don't. They don't. They reject abuse. That's what they say no to. They reject lies. That's what they say no to. The ones who are censoring the tabloids, who have the power to keep them quiet or tell tabloids what to do, are clearly the monarchy in Britain. And my family, this is the system that the royal family built. The royal rota that covers the monarchy. It's a system created by the royal family to go after anyone who dissents to having a monarchy in Britain. Whereby if you say you want the monarchy abolished, you are targeted by the rota. You are attacked. You know? If you dare even flee Britain, like what Harry and Meghan have done, you also are attacked. It's like, how dare you leave an institution that royal experts, the public even, some members of the public, would give anything to be a part of. Listen, the UK is a class system. And I feel like people there, they aspire to be part of the class system, to have that MBE, you know, on their name, have that OBE in their name and family, you know, or be called Sir David Beckham, for example, my family, Sir David Beckham, or Sir Alex Ferguson. People aspire to be called those, you know, names which have titles with them. Sir, lady, to be a part of the class system. So my family, when they see Meghan, a woman of color, rejecting and saying no to what they would give anything to be a part of, my family, they lose their minds. They become so upset, full of anger, uncontrollable anger, because Meghan said no to what they would give anything to be a part of. You know? They're like, why could she not just put up with the abuse? Others have been abused. My family. Meghan is a human being, my family. Meghan is a human being. And what happened to her is far more than just abuse my family. It's also racism that Meghan endured and experienced at the hands of the UK tabloid press. By now, it is public knowledge. But people refuse. Some people refuse to accept, you know, Harry and Meghan's departure, Harry and Meghan's rejection of being a part of a toxic institution. Some individuals refuse to accept that they're thriving elsewhere. And my family, you have seen even the carnival of so-called experts come up with the lies. Like, you know what? Harry and Meghan are setting up an alternative royal family in America, an alternate monarchy. My family. And some people actually believe those lies. The US fought not to listen to the opinion of Charles' ancestors, my family. They did that, and they got their independence. And to have a monarchy, a constitution, it needs to be changed. And who in their right minds can possibly even think that in the US, they will change the constitution and turn it into a monarchy? My family, it's about using common sense. But then you're having the rota doing everything, saying anything, my family, just to try and spread hate against Harry and Meghan, using lies. And that is what Harry and Meghan are against. Lying, lies coming from tabloids meant to spread hate against Harry and Meghan for simply refusing to put up with racism of the UK media, for simply saying no to abuse and knowing that they deserve better. Going out there to get a job, my family, and doing so well, my family, that 3 years later, more than 3 years later, Harry and Meghan have an amazing home, gorgeous family, amazing kids, amazing mother-in-law, living in California. Harry's paying his bills, not earning a penny of taxpayer money. But then you also have those who are meant to profit of the royal family angry because of that. And they show their anger time and time again whenever they whinge, moan, and complain that Harry is living in an amazing home. They never ever wanted that for him. My family. And the fact is, my family, the royal family can control the press. The fact is, the royal family can control the press. My family, just kindly hear this. John Riley, who stepped down in May after 17 years, said the monarchy imposed extraordinary restrictions on channels covering this year's ceremony, including demanding the Orwellian right to retrospectively ban footage after it had been broadcast. Reading from an agreement between the palace and broadcasters marked private and confidential when Harry said about the invisible contract, some carnival of so-called experts saying that, you know what, he's lying. He ain't telling the truth. There is no invisible contract. And my family, what is this right now being revealed? You know? What is this right now being revealed? What is hidden in the dark shall always come to light. Reading from an agreement between the palace and broadcasters marked private and confidential, he told an audience at the Steve Howard Memorial Lecture how the palace controlled coverage. how the palace controlled coverage. My family, he said this, and I quote, my family, I like that. I'm so happy because Harry's words are being proven right time and time again. Harry's words are being proven right and right again, my family. And I just remember something from the Harry and Meghan docu-series, where Prince Harry says, the establishment know the truth. The tabloids know the truth. The firm, the institution, they know the truth. And all of them have been in on it. And my family, he wants to expose that corrupt culture, that unholy alliance between the palace and the press. And the press have gone after him for that. Yes, they have. And we all have seen what they've done. My family, they went after the woman that Harry loves, to the point that she almost wanted to take her own life. Because the Murdochs and Rothmeyers, they have a good thing going in the UK. They run Britain. And they don't want to lose that hold. Nor do they want that hold on Britain exposed by people in family, by people or by Prince Harry. And no wonder they go after Harry with the aim of destroying his happiness, the love of his life, Meghan Markle, who is normally the main target. I mean, look at what has happened in the family. Right after the Invictus Games, Good Morning Britain saw it fit to offer Thomas Markle money to show up and make an appearance to attack and abuse Meghan. And the guys, that he's a father who just wants to mend the rift, who just wants to heal his rift with Meghan. At the same time, the person who says he wants to heal the rift with Meghan is someone who abuses his own daughter on national TV, hurls misogynistic, comments towards Meghan. The same comments in my family come from UK media, targeting Meghan Markle. The exact same ones. Meghan has a hold over Harry. Straight from Thomas Markle. And you're told that, he wants to heal the rift. He doesn't. He does in my family. He does not. And my family, here is what the guy said, my family. John Riley said, my family, the truth is being revealed here. And I'm happy about it, my family. And I quote, here's what John Riley said. The royal spin doctors had the chance, the opportunity to censor any pictures from the coronation before they could be replayed on the day. And the royal spin doctors dictated which clips of the footage should or could be shown in future broadcasts in what they called, with an Orwellian phrase, a perpetuity edit. My family, Harry was right. Harry was right. They do have an invincible contract, an agreement with the palace. And when Harry said to my family, the tabloids said he's lying. That's what they said, my family. And my family, Riley's decision to speak out has broken the omerta around the secret agreements between British TV and the royal family over coverage of formal events. His comments confirm many details previously reported, by The Guardian about how Buckingham Palace controlled coverage of Queen Elizabeth's funeral and King Charles III's coronation. And so you can say, every time they abuse Meghan Markle on TV for daring to hold her husband's hand, all of it was with the full consent, approval of the royal family, of Prince William, of Charles, They were the ones in charge. And they were the ones clearly responsible for the bullying of Harry and Meghan. That's what they are responsible for. And what is being said confirms what I am saying, my family. And my family, this included a WhatsApp group where royal courtiers would tell senior editors at the BBC, ITN, and Sky News in real time if the royal family wanted specific pieces of footage removed from circulation. My family, Prince Harry described the horrible reaction from the royal family after the Queen passed away. From Charles calling Harry, telling him, don't come with Meghan, then abusing Meghan. And Harry telling Charles that, don't ever speak about my wife the way, my family. Those bad, sad moments, my family. Clearly, everything that happened, even Daily Fail's exclusive of what had happened on how Charles had called Harry, telling him, don't bring Meghan. All of it were approved by the palace. Perhaps they believe that this makes them look good. My family, it does not. It does not. It does not. My family. And Riley told the audience in London, the royal family regularly escaped real scrutiny by broadcasters. And he said he regretted that Sky News made the bad decision to provide Charles with a full list of questions before an interview with the future king in 2017. Now do you understand why William refuses to speak with American media outlets and how he only wants to talk to UK tabloids? Do you see why? Do you understand why? Because American media outlets won't allow this. If they are doing an interview, clearly, as you can hear, Charles can ask for the questions that they intend on asking him in the interview. Thereby, he can come to an interview knowing everything that will be asked. Charles can do that. And if Charles can do that, when he was the then Prince Charles, it means the heir Prince William also can do the same thing. And no wonder in his trip to America, he is saying, I won't speak to American media outlets. I'll only speak to British tabloids, because he can get, the questions before any interview from them. Because the palace, has a contract with them. They don't have a contract with American media outlets. The truth is being revealed. The truth is being revealed. My family, hear this, my family, please. If a viewer had interrogated us about whether that was entirely in keeping with our core values of being honest with our audiences, it would have been hard to mount a robust defense. Imagine submitting a list of questions to a top politicians or business leader, maybe in a puppet state. Well, guess what? The UK is a puppet state, my family. Britain is a puppet state, whereby it is being run by the Maddox and Rothmers, my family, by the Maddox and Rothmers, the owners of different tabloids, whereby it is being run, my family, by King Charles and William. And no wonder it is a puppet state. No wonder it is a puppet state. Harry's words are being proven true. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Again. They called him a liar when he spoke about the invisible contract. My family, clearly, he wasn't lying. He wasn't. My family, he was not lying. My family, here's what also has been said I want to read all this, my family. In his speech, in memory of Hewlett, the broadcaster and writer who died in 2017, he demanded more scrutiny of the royal family from British journalism, saying broadcasters were now too supine, too incurious, too compliant when it comes to the monarchy. Topics such as why King Charles did not pay any inheritance tax on the fortune he inherited from his mother, or the fact that the Duchy of Cornwall does not pay capital gains tax should be examined properly, And the reporting, it needs to be far more rigorous. My family, that's what he said. And my family, no wonder when that story about those, podcasters who threatened, Meghan Markle, son Archie and Meghan, when that report came out, or when that police officers who are saying racist stuff about Meghan Markle, came out, it's worth noting that Sky News refused to mention Meghan's name, even though Meghan was targeted. Even though Meghan was targeted on their TV, my family, on Sky News. And why is that? Why is that? Because clearly, my family, they don't want the public to understand or clearly know that what Harry and Meghan said about, the threats they faced were very, very real. My family also, here is what has been said, my family. He also explained how Buckingham Palace reacts when journalists try to ask questions directly to royal family members. My family, he said this, and I quote, "You already know, perhaps you don't, that spin doctors at the royal palaces freak out when our broadcast journalist doorsteps a member of the royal family, haughty emails, phone calls, and even a summons for a head of news to a meeting can swiftly follow. I've experienced this treatment." And the royal family will tell you that they couldn't do anything to stop the attacks and abuse of Meghan Markle. Please give me a break. Riley also said that Britain's news providers spent too long focusing on London-centric Westminster political intrigue. Harry was right when he said that on a national level, as at the moment, our country is judged globally by the state of our press and our government, both of which I believe are at rock bottom. Democracy fails when your press fails to hold the government to account and instead chooses to get into bed with them so they can ensure the status quo. My family, Harry was right when he said that. And my family, I'll go right back to Harry's memoir, Spare. My family, whereby basically, here's what Harry said, my family. First of all, Charles told Harry this. He cited Grandpa as a sterling example of why the press was not anything to get too vexed about. Poor Grandpa had been abused by the papers for most of his life. But now look, he was a national treasure. The tabloids could not say enough good things about the man. So that's it then? Just wait till we are dead and all will be sorted? Charles told Harry, if you could just endure it, darling boy, for just a little while. In a funny way, they would respect you for it. A father telling his son to put up with abuse. And the tablets would basically say that Charles is the father of the year. Hypocrisy. Harry laughed. All I'm saying is, don't take it personally, Charles told Harry. And speaking of taking things personally, I told them I might learn to endure the press and even forgive the abuse. I might. But my own family's complicity, that was going to take longer to get over. Pa's office, Willie's office, enabling this fiance, if not outright collaborating. Meg was apparently a bully. That was the latest vicious campaign that they had helped orchestrate. It was so shocking that even after Meghan and I demolished their lie with a 25-page evidence-filled report to human resources, I was going to have trouble simply shrugging that one off. And Pa stepped back. Willie shook his head. They began talking over each other. We've been down this road 100 times, they said. You are delusional, Harry. But they were the delusional ones. Even if, for the sake of argument, I accepted that Pa and Willie and their staff had never done one overt thing against me or my wife, their silence was an undeniable fact. And that silence was damning and continuing and heart-rending. And Pa said, you must understand, darling boy, that the institution can't just tell the media what to do. Again, I yelped with laughter. It was like Pa saying he could not just tell his valet what to do. My family, Harry knows clearly by what I am reading really. Harry knows that they have the power to stop the abuse, but they refuse to use that power to stop the abuse and attacks towards Harry and Meghan. My family. And Meghan here is the main target here. Meghan is the main target. It's Meghan who they are trying so hard to get to leave Harry by, first of all, abusing Meghan and trying to get her to leave Prince Harry because of the abuse, my family. My family, once again, I keep hoping that the media, the press never ever succeed in their evil approach towards Harry and Meghan. You know, I keep praying and hoping that they never ever succeed. Because my family, what Harry and Meghan face every day, my family, it's tough. It's not easy, my family, to be bullied every single day. It's not easy for anyone. You know? It's not easy. It has an effect on you, on anyone. And my family, based on what is being said in my family, even right now, really, by this guy who was working at, for Sky News, my family, for Sky News in the UK, clearly, Harry was right. The palace does have a contract with the press. Harry was very much right. And they, if they wanted, can get the attacks towards Harry and Meghan to stop. But they refuse to stop the abuse and attacks because they fully consent to the attacks and bullying of Harry and Meghan. And no father should ever ask their child to put up with abuse and endure abuse. No father should ever do such a thing, my family. Charles continues to show that he's a failed father. That's just who he is, my family. And Harry is saying, my family, if you have gone through abuse, don't allow your child, your daughter to suffer. Don't allow it. A tale of two different people. Truly, Harry is more like his mother. And William is more like Charles. But I'll say even really worse than Charles. And my family, once again, what Harry has said has been confirmed to be true. You tell me your thoughts about what has been said, my family, and what you've heard on the invisible contract, my family. And now Charles will tell Harry, we can't just, tell the media what to do. Clearly, Charles was lying. And my family, once again, Harry's words have been proven right. The palace can't tell the media what to do. and they listen. So my family, every time you see Meghan abused in the press, on Twitter, online, anywhere, just know it is done with the full consent of the palace. Just know that, my family. And we demand that the abuse of Harry and Meghan end immediately. And those behind it must stop what they're doing. Stop the abuse and attacks towards Harry and Meghan. Stop it now. The palace, tabloids, stop the attacks and abuse towards Harry and Meghan. Stop it. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Harry and Meghan have been proven right once again. Stay tuned to our next video. Love you always and forever. Hello, members of Censor Family TV. First of all, I want to say thank you for all your support that you give us to our channel. We don't take it for granted that you support this channel. I want to say thank you from the bottom of our hearts for lending out your support and fighting against injustices, supporting Prince Harry and Meghan, showing them love. Love will always triumph over evil, and for that I say thank you. Good will always prevail over bad. Thank you so much for all your support. Thank you so much for joining this community, this amazing community of Censor Family TV. I love you so much, family, from the bottom of my heart, and I wish you all the best. May you have a great day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video and learned a lot of things. With that and so much more, stay tuned to our next video. Leave a comment below, like and subscribe. Love you, family, always and forever. Sayonara.